Welcome to Paul and his letter to the Colossians. Hello, I'm Tom Wright. Welcome to NT Wright Online. Let me invite you to study Paul's letter to the Colossians with me. Colossians is one of the smallest of Paul's epistles, but it's packed with amazing treasures about the nature of Christ and the way of living wisely in a world often hostile to the way of Jesus. Paul is in prison as he writes this letter. He's aware that embracing the way of Jesus may involve suffering, but he insists that this somehow becomes part of the means by which the message of King Jesus can extend throughout the world. In this epistle, we are immediately greeted in chapter 1 with a beautiful poetic expression of who Jesus is. The poetic nature of this passage is often missed in our English translations, but I'll try and explain the text in some detail so that we can glimpse something of its beauty and wonder. We also find in this letter important admonitions about avoiding some of the traps that the Colossians were facing when, having embraced Christ as King, they found themselves pulled towards the surrounding Jewish synagogue communities, because for many converts from a pagan background, that life governed by the Jewish law had its own attractions. But Paul urges his readers to embrace all the fullness of Christ's message. He is Israel's Messiah. Having him, you already have all you need, and with that you have freedom. The freedom, however, isn't without guidance. The Christian has an obligation to live in ways that shun the way of the flesh. Paul urges Christians to live ordered, godly lives, as is fitting for those set apart for God. Freedom and godly obligations are proper companions in Paul's thought, and we will explore these together. I will be joined in this Udemy course by my colleague David Seamuth. David will guide you through the course and answer questions raised in the discussion sections, and I will enter into those discussions as my own schedule allows. This letter to Colossae was written long ago to a church in a city that no longer exists. The city is in ruins to this day, covered up with the earth of centuries. But Paul's message is powerful for us right now as we seek to live in the fullness of Christ's love and in obedience to his ways. I look forward to having you in this course. I very much hope that you'll take up this invitation and enroll in this course so that we can share it together.